What's good there, Chicago Bears fans? Welcome back to the Bears Media Company. I am your boy, Brent C. And today we're going to talk about our general manager, Ryan Poles. Now, over the last few days, our GM, he has added some players, extended some players, and kind of dissed some players. But, hey, we shall see, and let's talk about it. So let's go. First and foremost, hey, all my new subscribers, welcome to the channel. And hey, you are a part of something that is growing organically and hopefully long term. So, hey, buckle up, dig in, and always thank you very much. Bears fans, on another note, let me just say this. Our GM, Ryan Poles, been under fire for a little bit. Some of the trades that he's done using that second round pick. Last year we got Chase Claypool. That was a failure. Chase Claypool's now in Miami. Using our second rounder this year on defensive end, Montrez Sweat. We're going to see, hopefully, he doesn't bomb on this one. And he can start, building the future of the Chicago Bears on the defensive side starting right now. Now, let's move over to something that he said during his presser as well. Speaking on the quarterback situation, he seemed very non-committal to either Justin Fields or Tyson Bagent being a starter. No word on how he sees the quarterback, room going forward. But one thing I will say, he did not say anything negative about the QB room or if they're not performing up to what he's looking for or what he wanted to see. Because remember, this was supposed to be the year that he evaluated Justin Fields and how he performs this year. Now, of course, Justin Fields with the thumb injury has missed the last couple games and he's going to miss this game coming up with the Saints. So kind of hard to evaluate that. Now, you know me, I've been very critical of our offensive line. And in the game against the Chargers, I would say that it was just a continuation. Although, I will say our right guard and right tackle, Tevin Jenkins and Darnell Wright, have looked to be the best players on the line. And of course, moving Tevin Jenkins from left guard to right guard has improved the right side of our offensive line. So that's a great combination there. I love it, even though, like I say, Nate Davis is hurt. You got to be available. And of course, Tevin has been hurt and injured, to start this season. So hopefully he stays healthy and, going forward, I don't know. To me, he can play the left or right guard position, but it seems to me that, maybe that right side is a good place for him. He played there, was the starter there last year and performed very well. So now he's with the rookie on the right side, and those two, especially in the run game, have looked extremely good. Now, pass protection, he's very good. But, of course, Darnell Wright, being the rookie, hasn't seen all the moves that some of the defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers have thrown at him and things like that. Defensive coordinators have thrown, different things at him. But he's looked pretty good so far. Can't be too mad at it. So, hey, we shall see going forward. But I tell you this, Bears fans, it's got to be better than what it has been. All right? So, our GM, Ryan Poles, he has brought in one of the better defensive ends in the league in Montrez Sweat. And during his presser the other day, he said that he is really trying to get an extension with with our newest defensive end. So, hey, we like to see it. Now, our pass rush this year, one of the worst in the league again. So adding a guy with 6.5 sacks already this season is a definite upgrade for our defensive line. Now, one great thing that has happened this week we have extended our defensive tackle, the bowling ball himself, Mr. Nate Billings. Now, hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. He has been one of our best run stuffers. Matter of fact, he's probably been our only run stuffer this season so far. So getting him in a 2-year deal worth about $8.5 million with, I believe it was $6 million guaranteed. You can't go wrong with that, especially since he's one of the cheaper options that we already have on our line. I believe this year he was only signed for a 1-year deal at $2.75 million. So, hey, $3 million for the next 2 years guaranteed, plus some incentives. Something I believe our GM took care of us, Bears fans. And more importantly, he has shown that, hey, if you perform, he will bring you back and get you your money. So that cheap GM persona that he has gotten over the last couple weeks about not signing Jaylen Johnson, not re-signing last year Roquan Smith. Hey, sometimes you have to take care of that salary cap. And now that he's got it cleaned up with $110 million that was going to be available for next year, it's good to start signing players now so you can work with whatever we have left to extend even more players and then hopefully sign some other free agents. Now, in another video, we're going to talk about upcoming free agents for our Chicago Bears. So, hey, hang in there and we will get it done. Now, before I get going again, let me just say and give a super shout out to Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. Just listening to that guy, he can definitely break down offensive plays so we can watch and see. And I know, you know, that how bad our offensive coordinator is, Luke Getz. Now, you know that I've been one of those guys that said that Luke Getz just isn't cutting it. And when you listen to him and him break down the tape of what's really going on, you can tell that he just can't continue to run things at a certain pace and without, just falling back to a rudimentary element of football that will not win you games if you're behind. There's no way you're going to come back. So he's scared to coach. He's scared to take chances. And one thing about Luke Getz, our offensive coordinator, when he gets in the bind, just get ready for the screen pass that's going nowhere. I can go ahead and say that with confidence. He is going to screen pass the heck out of an opposing defense. And of course, they're going to know what he's doing by the second time he's doing it, but he's still going to try one more time. I don't know what his deal is, Bears fans, but that's just him. Now, getting on with it, as you know, Jaylen Johnson did not get the contract extension, did not get traded, and he has said he will not entertain any more extension talks for the remainder of the year. And of course, he wants to go out there and show that he is worth the money that he's asking for. Now, it's come out that he was looking for a particular, cornerback that's already in the league for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, that guy has outperformed Jaylen to this point, where Jaylen has 3 interceptions on the year. I believe Diggs has, 9? So you're not really going to get that top tier dollar with just 3 interceptions. And as most of you know, Coach Eberflus has said that he's looking for guys to take the ball away. Now, Jaylen, doesn't really get that opportunity often because most quarterbacks do not throw in his direction. Why? Because he is that good of a corner. Now, yes, he has gotten blown up a few times, but it's a very rare occasion. I mean, it's not every game, and it's, usually against one of the better teams in the league. So if we're not getting a pass rush to help out our corners, of quarterback has all day to stand back there and pat the ball, and the receiver has all day to get in his route, maybe come back toward the quarterback. Hey, our cornerbacks have no chance really, but no one still throws Jaylen Johnson's way. Of course, our rookie cornerback, he has been thrown at quite a bit, and he has been quite the penalty machine. So, hey, good pass rush, good corner. Let's hope Jaylen gets his money and stays with the Chicago Bears long term. I mean, our defense, like I say, has not been the best with our pass rush. Our run defense, has been much improved over the last few games. So, hey, hopefully one hand will wash the other and this team will start to gel. It's just that, one thing that has been hard on the Bears, injuries. And that's something that we need to continue to work through. I believe, Justin Fields is out for the game against the Saints. Nate Davis is out. Jaquan Brisker is still ailing. Eddie Jackson, our star free safety, he's been dealing with a foot issue for the last few weeks. Hopefully he gets back into play. Tremaine Edmonds, our starting middle linebacker, he's been hurt since the Chargers game with a knee problem. So we may get to see our rookie Noah Sewell, a guy that I'm really high on that, plays the game really well. So we shall see, and we'll see also what we're going to do with Jack Sanborn. Are we going to move him to the middle and then bring Sewell in on the strong side? We're going to see, Bears fans, but I'm not worried about our linebackers. They're very solid group. All right? Now, moving on to the next thing. During the presser the other day, our GM, he stated that he believes in Coach Eberflus, backed him all the way. Now, of course, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to throw the head coach that you're not firing under the bus with about 9 games left or so. So, I mean, we got to take that with a grain of salt about what he was saying back in Coach Eberflus. But for me, with only, 5 wins in a year and a half, not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. But here's the thing. Maybe, just maybe, with a better pass rush, our defense looks a little bit better. Hopefully, we get healthier and we can get all of our starters to come back and play the remainder of the season at some point. It's just something that we're going to have to look out for. So, Bears fans, what do you think? Give me an impression down in the comments about what you think about so far this week, about bringing in a new defensive end, our cornerback number 1, not getting his extension, but extending one of our DTs, one of our better DTs, against the run. So we're going to see, Bears fans. Let's just hang in there and let's make sure that you are watching BearsMediaCo for all your Chicago Bears football news and opinion, right? So, with that, I'm going to get up out of here. And you know how we do it before we leave. From me to you, peace.